graders, it's Mrs. G. Today we're going to work through Module 3, Session 4, Present Purchase. So the focus is on division, fractions, and decimals. We're going to work through a problem string. We're going to solve some multi-step story problems. Before I go to the next page and I show you the problem string, I want you to be prepared. So make sure you have something to write on or write with, a marker board. You can have a blank sheet of paper, but I want you to be thinking. And I also want you to know that all of us think at different speeds. So you can pause this at any time if you need more thinking time. I'll just move through it, but you pause when needed. So here's the problem string. The first part says if 5 kids were to share $5, how much would each kid get? So most of you can see if you're dividing $5 by 5 people that each person would get $1. Some of you see this as not necessarily a division problem, but more of a multiplication problem. What times 5 would give you $5? And that sort of helps your brain move through. And you can write that like this too. It's $5 divided by 5, which 5 over 5 is equal to 1, which carries you back to this. Okay, so knowing that if you were dividing $5 by 5 people, how does that help you solve this next one? What if 10 kids, so now we're doubling the divisor. What if 10 kids were to share $5, same amount? So now what times 10 would give you $5? Well, looking at this, if we just thought through this one and the answer was $1, but now we're doubling how many people we're dividing by, then don't you just have the answer you got here? And wouldn't 50 cents make logical sense? The answer is 50 cents. Now you can get to that however you want using any division strategy that works for you. But it's always good to make sure it makes sense to you. Okay, so now if 10 kids were to share $4, knowing what we know, so again, the unknown number times 10 equals $4. So it's almost, you're $1 short now from what was up here. So you're $1 short. Divide $1 by 10 people, that's 10 cents. So each person needs to give 10 cents less than this. So wouldn't 40 cents be a logical answer? But let's kind of plug it in. 40 cents times 10 equals $4. If we were to take 40 cents 10 times, you would in fact get $4. You can use a ratio table to get there. You can use anything you want, any strategy. But isn't it nice just to build off of what you can already do? Okay, so if this was 40 cents, this answer was 40 cents, 10 people. What if 10 kids were to share $8? Okay, so now we doubled the amount of money, AKA the dividend. Oh, so don't you guys, with that said, $8, then wouldn't you just double this? And wouldn't 80 cents make sense? But let's just make sure. If you have 80 cents, take it times 10. That follows the pattern we've been working on. That would be the logical answer. Just double it. But look at, what about this? So we doubled this here from this step to this step. But what do we do from here to here if we have it? So instead of $4, it's only $2. Wouldn't it make sense if you double here, then wouldn't you just have this answer? And 20 cents makes sense. Yay, look how fast we solved those. Just thinking, just building off what we already know. So just as a bonus, if 10 kids were to share $3, how much would each kid get? This follows the pattern that, okay, when we divided $2 by 10 people, it was 20 cents. When we divided $4 by 10 people, it was 40 cents. $8 by 10 people, it was 80 cents. So wouldn't this follow the pattern of 30 cents? The cents matches the dollars when it's divided by 10. Now let's look at a story problem. These are fun. So this is what the work you're going to do. But so if you want to get your student book page out, and let me tell you what page it is. You guys, it is 243. So that's going to be part of what you do. If you want to work through it with me right now, let's do it. Or if you just want to watch Mrs. G, look, I'll just do a couple of problems throughout your book. Joanna and 7 friends wanted to buy a hardcover book for their teacher from the latest book order. If the book cost $12, how much would each of the 8 friends need to give in order to buy the present? Oh, that's why you guys, so here where it says present. That's why this session is called present purchase, because now we're looking at money, but more of a story which relates to your life. This is really where you're going to use math in these kind of moments. Okay, so let's write this as an equation just to get it organized in our head. It's $12. We need to divide it by 8 people. That'll tell us how much each person owes. So we're looking at $12 divided by 8. Hey, let's be smart about this and efficient. Let's divide the whole $8 by 8 people, because we know that's going to be $1 each. Because $1 times 8 people would give you $8. So now you guys, each person is going to owe $1, but we still have $4 to divide by 8 people. Hey, although look how easy this is going to be for you guys, because 4, we already did the 8 here and got this. So wouldn't $4 divided by 8 people be, so if you have that, don't you double? $4. Oh no, I mean half, my love. So isn't it 50 cents? Let's just make sure Mrs. J thought. And then you take this 50 cents, add it up here. Okay, that's so sloppy, my loves. But like this, think about it. All I did was think it through, because I halved this, so then I halved this answer. I just halved them because it was half the amount of money. Sort of like in our problem string when I halved the $4 divided by 10, and then I did the $2 by 10, then it was just half. Okay, so each person in the end would owe $1.50. And let's just check that. I always like to check my work, but I have so much craziness here. I'm going to clear the ink. So I said the answer is each person owes $1.50. So let's double. $2.50s is $3. So let's take $3, $3, $3. That gives me 12. Each person of the 8 people, see, $3 is for 2 people, and there are 8 people. So 2, 4, 6, 8, which if I add up what they gave, it would be $12. So I got it right. It's always good to kind of work backwards and think, does your answer make sense? Let's look at number 2. These actually just take some thinking. All of you can do this. Dividing up money, just think and always go by that base of quarters, 25, 50. Let's get rid of this ink. Going down to number 2. This will be the last one I do on this page. Another 8 students overheard Joanna's conversation. Look at, they want to get involved and wanted to participate in the gift giving as well. If 16 students wanted to buy the hardcover book, how much would each need to get? Look at this teamwork. Okay, So now we have $12, same $12. Instead of dividing it by 8 people, we're going to do 16. So they're really sharing the cost. Well, if the answer was $1.50 for 8 people, don't you just divide that by half? Because now you doubled the divisor. So wouldn't, if we double how many people are involved, wouldn't we would just have the $1.50, and half of $1.50 is 75 cents. Oh man, you could have spent hours on that problem, but did you see what we did? We used the knowledge from up here to help us with this one. Oh, we're so efficient. Okay, let's look at this. As we know, when we move through problems, they usually get a little more challenging. So I want to look at number 4 before I take you through the final skill we're going to look at. So after much discussion, the group decided that Joanna and her original 7 friends would purchase one book and the other group would get a different gift. If Joanna's group purchased plain wrapping paper, it would cost $1.60. How much additional money would the 8 friends each need to give to buy the wrapping paper? I'm going to go ahead and let you guys solve that because I think you need knowledge from before. I was going to do it, but we're building. It's almost like a problem string and you're building off of what you've done, and we skip some problems. Okay, so let's just, so I don't waste your time, get to the fraction review. Number 1, oh, you guys, I just want to remind you how to change mixed or improper. These are improper right now. And turn them into mixed numbers. So the first one, it's hard to see, is 15/4. So if you remember from Unit 3, really, how many sets of 4 out of 4? So how many sets of 4 can you get out of this 15? And the answer is 3. So you can get 3 4/4 out of 15, which would give you 12/4. And then you have 3 left over. So you just put that over 4. And that's how we do improper fractions to mixed numbers. Now look, now we're going to move mixed numbers to fractions. So if we have, I'm getting rid of the ink. If we have 3 1/4, I'm going to make it big over here. 3 1/4, we want to make that improper. This 3 represents, here's 1, here's 2 whole, and here's 3. That's what this 3 ultimately represents. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 gives you 12/4. And then you add that to the 1 that's left over. This, and I can't write it small enough, is 13/4. And hopefully that you remember that from Unit 3. That's what 3 1/4 means. And that's how you turn it. And you guys, if you're struggling with this, go back, watch it again, see what I did. Because I did 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus this 1. That's how I got the 13 here. And it's fourths. You're looking at how many fourths can you get out of 3 1/4. But remember, a whole, this is 1 whole, 4/4. So this is the 1, the 2, the 3 whole you have here. Okay, and then write an equivalent fraction for each of the following and compare the following fractions, which you should be okay with. And that's it. All right, my team. So now you may get started on your work. It's mostly those student book pages that we already took a look at, but you'll carry on with solving it. I know it'll get a little more complicated, but take your time, do some thinking. And remember, you can go back and watch this video at any time. All right, mathematicians, let's do it.